Thank you so much, Kyra. Our resource speaker for today is a cum laude graduate of Bachelor of Arts in Humanities at University of the Philippines, Diliman. She also had her master's degree in business administration at Ateneo Graduate School of Business. More than 17 years of sales and marketing experience in the hospitality and telecommunications industry, combined with a strong passion in developing and leading strong sales teams, have allowed her to deliver excellent business results. Her expertise in customer relations, sales management, and strong leadership skills led her to excel in the most challenging business environments. To discuss with us about the BEEP, a more convenient and modern way of payment, let us all welcome the Chief Commercial Officer of AF Payments Incorporated, Ms. Sharon Gerola Fong.
Hi, good morning po sa lahat. Sa mga masisipag na Caviteño, maraming salamat. Jay, thanks for the introduction. Attorney Kirby, maraming salamat din po sa warm welcome. And Dr. Jose Domingo, maraming salamat po. Congratulations to all the organizers. Very organized po ang event. And we're very privileged and grateful na inimbitahan niyo po ako, inimbitahan niyo po kami. Sana po hindi lang po ito ang una at huli at magkakaroon pa po tayo ng maraming occasions to share about how BEEP can help the cooperatives. So congratulations po sa mga organizations, to the cooperative leaders that are here today. Sana po meron po kayong mapulot na information from my talk that you can use for your own livelihood programs. As they said, very important po at this time to take advantage of opportunities. Sabi nga nila, we should not let a good crisis go to waste. I think from this pandemic, marami po sa atin ang naging resourceful. Natuto po tayong magtipid so that our resources can be stretched to meet our needs. Sabi po ni Dr. Domingo kanina, usong-uso ang online shopping. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, for this year until December, hindi ako magsha-shopping. 2 buwan na lang po. So I really wanted na wag gumastos, magtipid, because we never know in these very uncertain times what will happen tomorrow. So with that, I'd like to start our presentation today. Okay, so I'm sure po this is not the first time that you've heard about BEEP, especially in the past month with our launch sa EDSA Busway. At saka we've been here for many years already. So in terms of the technology of automated fare collection system, ang number 1 po talaga, and we're working very hard to stay as the dominant provider of automated fare collection system. Next, please. Okay, so ang gagawin po natin, I'd like to introduce to you, of course, our company, that's AF Payments. And then we'd like to make a comparison of the transportation then and now on why automated fare collection system or modernization is here. What actually are the problems that it wishes to solve? And then we'd like to zero in what is happening in Cavite. There are some partners that we're already working with, some cooperatives, and we hope that we'll grow more with our partnership. And then as the title of my talk, we'd like to talk more about how we can help deliver a convenient and modern way of transport. And then we'd like to show you some activities in the past of how we have supported the transport operators, kasi nandito naman po talaga kami for the sole purpose of supporting the cooperatives, which we know are the backbone of the transportation industry in the Philippines. And then we'll talk about ecosystem. You'll find out more about that. And we said during this pandemic, it's a time when we have to be innovative and resourceful and forward-thinking. So we'll be sharing with you the solutions that are available that you may use for your transport requirements. Next, please. Okay, so as I mentioned, ang AFPI stands for Ayala First Pacific Payments Inc. As can be shown po in the photo, we are owned by two big companies na I'm sure kilalang-kilala nyo po. Yan po ang Ayala at Metro Pacific. Under Ayala po, they own 50% of Beep, and then Metro Pacific also owns another 50%. Under Ayala are the known brands to you, that's BPI, Globe, AC Infra, and then sa Metro Pacific po, you know very well, Smart, Meralco. So this slide po is very important for me to show because it shows po the credibility of AF Payments. You are not, if you will use our systems, hindi po kami fly-by-night or a company that is unstable, that faces the risk of closing shop. And because we handle revenues na baka may mawalang pera, hindi po. You know, Ayala has been there for many, many years. I believe like 100. And Metro Pacific also is a very credible company in the Philippines. So yun lang po. We wanted to show that AF Payments is a company that has been here, it has the credibility, and it is the company that you can trust. Next. Okay, so sinabi ko po kanina na ang beep po ay hindi bago sa transportation industry. Since 2015, kami na po ang naging provider of the automated fare collection system used in the rail. And this is LRT1, LRT2, and MRT3. And as you know, marami pa pong projects ang government to expand the rail system, and we are currently participating in the bid. So since 2015, we were awarded a 10-year concession agreement by DOTR under the Public-Private Partnership Project. So far, ang gumagamit po ng beep sa train is 60 to 70% of the population or the passengers of the train. And because of the pandemic, mas umakyat pa. Because as we know, ang cash po ay delikado at pwede pong makadulot ng sakit. So ang beep usage actually in most transports or cashless payment system being used in transports continue to go up. Next, please. Okay, ang isa po, apart from the train, na kami po ang nagra-run ng fare collection system. Yung EDSA po, we started that this year since August. So, malapit lang naman po ang EDSA sa Cavite. I'm sure you've passed it. So, nakakita na po tayo ng mga dedicated lanes for buses na pag dumaan doon ang bus, walang traffic, mabilis. Minsan po nakasakay ako sa kotse, nakikita ko yung bus sa kaliwa, parang gusto ko nang sumakay ng bus kasi talagang 5 times or 10 times faster than the normal car. So far sa EDSA po, so these are all the routes on the right. So lahat po ng bus na makikita nyo po sa EDSA ay may beep device. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan, pwede nyong gamitin ang beep card sa pagbabayad ng fare. Soon, ilo-launch na po natin ang QR payment. So kung wala po kayong beep card, you can use money coming from your e-wallet. Mag-generate lang kayo ng QR and then you can ride the buses in EDSA and pay with a QR code. So far, 325 buses in EDSA. That's the total population. Naakyat po yan ng over 500 until December, gumagamit po ng beep. We are working with 38 bus operators and that's quite a lot. Yan po yung mga malalaking bus companies that you see. And then on average, we process at least pandemic time na 50% load lang ang pwede sa transport, 2 million pesos average. So we think by the time that the pandemic is over and na-restore na po yung normal load capacity, which can go up to 100, aakyat po ito ng doble or baka hindi lang when economic activity is normalized, baka po magti-triple pa. Next, please. Okay. So ano po ba ang kalagayan ng transportation system before? So ito po, makikita natin magulo, walang plano, kung sino lang po ang gustong magbiyahe na jeepney, wala po tayong route rationalization in existence. So medyo magulo po. Competition, because walang route rationalization, lahat po hindi po nakadistribute ang public transportation system to where the public would need it most. Meron din po tayong problem sa gas emissions, which polluted the environment. Cash lang po ang gamit. Therefore, if you use cash, there's a high probability of leakage or pilferage. Marami pong nawawala na na-experience po ng operator. And more importantly, because gumagamit ng cash na napapasa from one person to another, pwede po tayong makakuha ng sakit. Next, please. Okay. Ang transportation now, since the government started the modernization program, actually has three aspects. One is the social, which talks about a people-first approach, which ensures inclusive, comfortable, dignified way to travel. Pag sumakay po kayo, for example, gamit ang smart card, not necessarily beep card, maayos, it gives you a certain feeling of safety, of comfort. Environmental, I talked about reducing carbon emissions in the environment because ang modernized jeepney po already takes care of that. Economic, of course, I talked about providing opportunities to increase the income of the operators because it's able to remove pilferage, and because transportation is more efficient, it is able to maximize the revenues for the operators. Next, please. Okay, so ang modernization program, nagsimula po yan, I believe for the jeepneys, way back 2017, towards the end of the year. Pero it really was kicked off 2018, very, very slowly. And then 2019, dyan po talaga nag-pick up. So marami na pong operators that formed cooperatives. In our case, we went around the Philippines. We have a sales force going around the Philippines to talk about the benefits of modernization to support the government. And we're very happy that so many of the cooperatives have signed up. And then eventually, we were able to activate their units. So what does the modernization do? First is it helps modernize the existing fleet. Makikita niyo po dito yung mga sasakyan na mas malaki po ang kita ng cooperative or ng operator dahil pag mas malaki ang sasakyan, mas marami pong tao ang pwedeng sumakay. It reforms and consolidates the industry. Before the consolidation, per operator, kanya-kanya. Ngayon po, operators form into cooperatives, and that's how they're able to apply for loans to finance the units from the bank. And then I talked about the low emission vehicles, route rationalization, improve the welfare of commuters. We talked about that. And of course, improve the standard of living of the drivers and the operators. So those are the three main benefits that the modernization program is able to bring to all the players in the industry. Okay, mapunta naman po tayo sa Cavite. So sa Cavite po, we are closely working with transport cooperatives and the other industry stakeholders to support the modernization. Sorry, this is not actually Cavite. This is overall. So far po, ang AF Payment has activated more than 30 cooperatives all over the Philippines. In terms of number of units, close to 1,000 already. And then in terms of transaction, over 5 million transactions to date. And then, as I mentioned last year before the pandemic, very, very active ang mga co-op to sign up already for the modernization program. And we have several contracts. It says here 155, and that number continues to grow. We hope that we can get more co-ops to sign up from your province. Next, please. Okay, so ito po yung Cavite. So far, based on the report, there are 78 transport cooperatives located in Cavite. 13% or 10 cooperatives already have a signed agreement with AFPI, and we're planning now on how to deploy and activate the units. Out of the 13%, dalawa na pong cooperative ang activated on the road at gumagamit na po ng beep technology. Maraming salamat po sa pagtitiwala ng Silang TSC at Pangkabuhayan TSC. Yung iba po kasi, in as much as they'd like to activate, naghihintay pa po ng letter of guarantee coming from the bank. So sana po makalabas na rin po yan para ma-activate na rin po lahat ng units. Marami pa pong cooperatives ng Cavite are for consolidation. So sana po mangyari na po yan. In terms of the number of units, there are approximately, based on the signed contracts, 1,170 units due to come out in the road in the coming months. The situation is that given the scarcity of funds as declared by DBP, Land Bank, cooperatives, as far as we know, are considering other options to provide financing for their vehicles. And then the operators po, when we talk to them, we don't only provide the automated fare collection system, but we provide the entire ecosystem. Tutulungan po namin sila paano po tayo magdi-distribute ng cards sa passengers at paano po natin susuportahan ang load. Kasi po, syempre, yung card maubos ang load. So we have partners, and then we also have devices that we can share with the operators para po, or lend to them, para po they can provide the loading services to the passengers. Next, please. Okay, so meron pa po tayong isang malaking project sa Cavite apart from the cooperatives that I talked about. I'm sure alam niyo po ito, yung Lancaster community. I think it's the biggest that I've seen. So ang Lancaster po, meron po siyang mga shuttle buses inside, meron din po siyang mga retail shops. So ang ginawa po ng BEEP ay gawing cashless community ang Lancaster. So kung meron pa pong ibang community in Cavite, pwede po natin gawin yan. So lahat po ng residente ng LNC, meron po silang resident ID. Ginawa po natin yung BEEP. So dual purpose po yung ID nila as a residence ID, and then pwede po nilang gamitin yung card to ride the buses that will take them out to like PITX, and then pwede rin po nilang gamitin yung card to buy or to pay for services in the community. And then naglagay po kami doon ng mga kiosk and manned kiosk that will allow the passengers or the residents to load their cards within the vicinity of the community. Next, please. Okay, so ano po ang gustong gawin ng BEEP to deliver a convenient and modern way of transport? So importante, as I have been talking about, yung cashless transport system. So ang cashless transport system, wala na po talagang cash. So it offers you the ability to pay for transport using BEEP card or QR. It also helps dahil wala na po tayong cash, mababawasan po ang personnel na kailangang bayaran ng co-op kasi automated na po. Merong device that is installed in the vehicle. previous scenario, may mga conductor na nagkokolekta ng ticket, nagkokolekta ng cash, and then ticket, and then i-inspect. With automated fare collection system, it promises na mababawasan po ang gastos ng kooperatiba dahil yung mga may mga manual task po na matatanggal if you do cashless. Ang beep din po, since we started operating in 2015 in the trains, marami na po, there are about 7 million Filipinos now who own a beep card. Actually, the number is growing daily because in EDSA, ang dami pong pasaherong gumagamit ng mga bus sa EDSA. So, meron din po silang mga beep cards. So, marami na pong taong may beep card. I hope to the audience that I'm talking to this morning, meron po sa inyong may beep card. And then, syempre, ang technology po na gamit namin, hindi po exclusively beep lang. Gusto po namin talaga open system because I'm sure kung meron kayong ibang card that you are using, say, from another AFCS provider other than beep, pwede po natin yan i-integrate kasi we always believe in a community that is open, that is helping one another, where everyone is helping one another. And then yung QR ticketing technology, anyone actually in the audience, pwede po kayong mag-issue ng QR tickets. You just need to access our website and dun po yung specifications on how to go about it. We also promise a system that is cost-efficient, interoperable. If you have a beep card, you can use it in any transport that has a beep device. So if you have a beep card, you can use it in the train. Meron po kaming deployment sa Cebu, sa ferry, you can use it there. You can use it in the buses in Mindanao, the jeepneys, say in Quezon City. So interoperable po, that's what we call it. Customer support is very strong. And then as I mentioned, it reduces cash leakage, therefore maximizing the earnings for the operators. I think the last portion is the most important thing that cooperatives and operators are happy to hear. Next, please. We can skip that. Next, please. Okay, so ito po yung mga suporta na binibigay ng BEEP sa mga operators. Ito po yung mga teammates po namin sa AFPI. First, ino-orient po yung mga cooperatives. Pinupuntahan po talaga yan ng personal before the pandemic. Ngayon pong pandemic, may mga limitations, pero if we observe the proper health protocols, may mga times po na ang gusto talaga ng kooperatiba, binibisita po sila ng account managers. Ginagawa pa rin po namin yan, wala pong problema. So, ino-orient po on the benefits of BEEP, and then bago po mag-deploy ng mga sasakyan, meron pong madaming training na ginagawa to make sure na naiintindihan nila paano ba gamitin yung device, paano ba i-orient ang passenger in using the BEEP payment system. So these are just a few of the pictures. Marami na po kaming trainings na nagawa po for the operators. Next, please. So ito po yung BEEP card na ginagamit po natin ngayon. Ano po ba ang kaibahan ng BEEP card compared to the other cards that you see in the market? So ang BEEP card po, as I mentioned a while ago, is interoperable. You only need one card if you want to ride buses in EDSA, if you want to ride the trains, which is LRT1, LRT2, MRT3, if you want to ride modernized jeepneys in Cavite, isang card lang po yan. At yung card na yan, bibili nyo lang po ng isang beses, hindi na po pala bili. Sinabihan po kami ng government na bawal na ibenta. So, valid po siya for 4 years, and there is a possibility to extend it by another year. So, matagal nyo po talaga siyang gagamitin. Huwag nyo lang po siyang iwala. It uses the latest NFC technology. Offline po siya, so hindi po siya dependent sa kung kahit walang network, aandar po siya. Fast and convenient. All it takes is you tap the card on a device. Yun na po yung payment, so long as meron po kayong enough load in the card. Again, I'd like to emphasize interoperable, And then, ang pwede mo pong i-load sa card ay up to 10,000 pesos. Meron pa pong importante, when every time you use your beep card, you can already earn rewards points that you can convert into free rides in the future. So we launched the beep reward system in August. So hindi ka lang nabibigyan ng convenience and a card that you can use for a long time, pwede ka pang mag-earn ng points every time that you use your beep card. Next, please. Okay, I talked about ecosystem. Of course, when we provide the card, it's not enough that we provide a card. The support continues, meaning there are channels where you can load your card. So marami na po kaming loading partners. So when you go, say, to a mini stop store, Family Mart, Lawson, Alpha Mart, you can actually load your beep cards there. And then, ang vision po talaga namin ay magkaroon po ng mga unmanned kiosk. Saan ba yung picture? Yun po yung nasa kanan sa mga terminals. So kung meron po kayong mga areas, like may mga co-ops po that would like to work with us, meron po kayong transport terminals in Cavite that has a shelter, that has a power outlet, we can install the kiosk for free. Ang kiosk po na yan, it does not only allow you to load your beep card, but you can also pay for certain utilities like Meralco, Maynilad, water. You can pay using the kiosk. In terms of loading the beep card, may mga online channels din po tayo. So if you have a BPI account, you can use your account to load a beep card. Pwede rin po siyang GCash, pwede rin po siyang Paymaya, Union Bank, Ako-Lako, Just to Pay. So ang gagawin nyo po, mag-load lang kayo online. And then, pagkatapos nyo po mag-load, pupunta lang po kayo sa isang e-load station, yung nasa baba po, nakalagay po. Marami pong nakadeploy niyan sa train, sa terminals. Itatap nyo lang po yung card nyo para po ma-transfer yung load. Okay, next please. So ito po yung itsura ng unmanned kiosk na sabi ko, pwede po nating i-deploy sa mga terminals. So ito po ay ngayon, you can see it in PITX, where we have several kiosks deployed. And then yung nasa kanan nyo po is Alpha Mart, and then the other one is Lawson. So we know that PITX is very, very busy. So doon pwede nang wala ng tao na maglo-load. Puro machines na po lahat. And we can do the same thing in Cavite. Next, please. Okay, so these are the devices that are installed in the vehicles. I'm sure the cooperatives, cooperative members would be very interested. So yung nasa gitna po, yan po yung validation device na ikakabit po sa mga sasakyan kung saan po kayo pwedeng mag-tap ng card or ng QR ticket or ng QR code para po magbayad for your fare. So meron tayong version na mounted, meaning nakakabit sa sasakyan. Meron din po tayong version na handheld. Kung gusto nyo pong mas maintindihan ito at makakita ng demo, si Gab po na nandito, ang account manager po natin sa Cavite, pwede nyo po siyang tawagan and then he can visit you, or if you're not comfortable about meeting people physically, pwede rin po siya sa Zoom. And then meron po kaming mga tutorial videos that are available sa YouTube that you can access anytime. Ayan po, kumakaway po sa inyo si Gab. Hello, Gab. Okay. Sige, next please. Okay, so apart from the devices, meron din po tayong reporting system. So meron po kayong portal. Importante po kasi sa automated fare collection system na iintindihan nyo kahit wala kayo sa sasakyan, alam nyo ano yung mga transactions na nangyayari. So ito po yung portal that will give you a report. Ilan ba yung senior citizen na sumakay? Ilan ba yung PWD na sumakay? Ano ba yung busiest time? Ilan bang pasahero ang sumakay for the day or within a specific hour? Lahat po yan maintindihan po ng operator pag in-access niya po yung portal. At the same time, meron din po kaming pinapadala na settlement report kung saan yun po ang nagiging basis of all beep transactions that will be transmitted to your bank the next day. Ang payment system po natin is T+1, meaning all transactions generated up to 11 p.m. today, for example, will be in your bank account the next morning. And wala lang po tayong slide na nakalagay, pero po, Beep is the only AFC player now that operates its own clearinghouse. Internationally sourced po yan. So lahat po ng pera na bumapasok, very, very secure, very, very transparent po ang system. And then in terms of transmitting the money to you, very predictable. At sigurado pong makukuha nyo po the next, ng kumpleto, the next working day. Next, please. Okay. Kanina po, I was talking about the rewards program that we launched in August. We call it Beep Rewards. So you can earn points whenever you use your Beep card. You just have to register in the mobile app. Available po yan sa Google and sa App Store. So, pag nag-register po kayo sa app, you can start earning points. Not only that, lalabas po doon yung transaction history nyo at makikita nyo po doon yung balance nyo kung magkano pa pong pera ang naiiwan sa card nyo. So, we hope that you can all register in the app. Hanapin nyo lang po ang Beep. Next, please. Ayan. So I think this is my last slide before we show you a video. So sa mga cooperatives po nandito, bakit nyo po pipiliin ang Beep? Importante po to choose a partner na subok na. That's why yung first slide ko po, pinapakita po sa inyo yung ownership structure ng Beep, Ayala po at Metro Pacific. They've been there for many, many years. We've been operating also the train since 2015. Kaya subok na talaga sa automated fare collection system. Mapagkakatiwalaan dahil I mentioned po, meron po kaming clearinghouse where all the revenues are transparent and it's transmitted to your bank account the next working day na wala pong perang nawawala. Progresibo dahil marami po kaming innovations na pinakita ko po sa inyo kanina, yung devices po and all the other solutions at very, very affordable. If you are interested and you like to find out the affordable costing for the AFCS, ipapakita ko po mamaya yung number ni Gab. Pwede niya po kayong kontakin niyo po siya at pwede niya rin po kayong tawagan. So, sa Beep po, hindi pa ako tapos. So ito yung sunod. Susuporta at tutulong po sa inyo. Maasahan niyo po yan from AF Payments. Next. Ito po yung contact number ni Gab. And then, if you're interested po to get an account with Beep, ito po yung mga documents or requirements na kailangan niyo pong i-prepare. Certificate of Registration, Valid ID, Secretary Certificate, BIR 2303. Yan lang naman po ang kailangan. And then may agreement po kaming ipapakita sa inyo, pipirmahan lang po. Ganun lang po kasimple. Next.
Yeah.